Coach, it seemed like the first half, nothing was falling. Looked like there was some looks, maybe a couple of forced shots, but was it just the iron being unkind tonight?
We had some good looks. I mean, there's no question about it. And there are going to be games when you don't make shots. But for us, we only gave up 26 points in the first half. And I'd say 8 to 10 of them were off of complete breakdowns that we had worked on in practice. I tell them all the time, if people make shots like over us because we execute correctly, well, then they score. You pat them on the back and you say, nice job. But when we get beat on things like 15, we're not going to let her pick and pop. We're not going to give her a pick and pop 3. She went 3 for 5. We gave her 5 of them. And I think only one of them was really contested. The other one she just missed. But, I mean, she only missed 2 of them. So, and those are the things that we had talked about, like we can't let her do that. And then we rebounding. They are very aggressive. They're a really good basketball team. I think they're 5-1 now against top 25 teams. And then, they lose to Boston College and Wolf works out. 13 was out with an ankle. So during that game, so they've had some injuries throughout also, but we just did not play very well. I thought in the third quarter we did a much better job. Our tempo was better. Defensively, again, I mean, we gave up 11, 15, and 16, and then in the fourth quarter we tie it up, and then we don't box out. I mean, exactly what we had talked about. You got to box out. Then they get, I honestly thought if we could have figured out a way to take the lead, if we could have gotten a stop and taken the lead, then all of a sudden, it's like a little pressure comes on. And we could never get them to that. And then once they got that board score, then I think we may have turned it over 2 or 3 straight times. And that's where we just kind of just kicked ourselves. But what you got to do now is you got to figure out a way to regroup. We're at Syracuse, who's really good. I mean, they had a big win over Boston College. We have the utmost respect for them. They have some really nice post players. Their guards can shoot the ball, and that's going to be the same thing. I mean, we did a really nice job here the first time we played them of making them take difficult shots. Score over us. And they're a team that if we have a breakdown and you let one of them guards start to make a few shots, they can make 6 or 7 in a row. And the same with the Inkster, their post player, who likes to step out and shoot threes. So, we're a really good basketball team, and we just didn't play that well tonight. And that's my fault. I'll take the blame for that. So we have to regroup, get back together. I mean, I was proud of them. We made a nice run there and tied it up, and I thought, okay, one more stop, and we got them to miss. We just couldn't finish it out.
Bionca, talk just a little bit about going up against Kai Gillespie, obviously a very good ball player.
They were really good post players. They found every time a shot went up, they found my body and they boxed me out. They didn't let anything come easy for me or Kylie Shook, Liz Dixon also. So they made it tough for us to get a lot of rebounds.
Coach, at times this year, you've said when the offense slows, the defense kind of slows as well. You feel like that obviously happened in the fourth quarter, but you feel like you did pretty well there in that first half?
Well, like I said, we defended well, but I think these two will tell you. I mean, we did defend well. We held them to 26 points, but it could have been 18. It honestly could have been an 18-17 game at the half. And I laugh about it all the time because, everybody's like, oh, it's a terrible low-scoring game. They can't make shots. I mean, I've seen men's scores the same way. So it's not – I mean, it's two teams that actually defended pretty darn well. But when we did have breakdowns, they scored. And that you got to give them a credit for that.
Coach, this week you were announced by the selection committee as one of their 1 seeds. Then you take this tough loss tonight. Where do you all go from here?
Well, tomorrow's Friday, so we go to tomorrow. I'll sleep tonight, and then we'll wake up tomorrow. It's Friday, and then at least I think it is, right? Thursday, Friday. That's what my daughter tells me. She goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. So we just go. I mean, guys, I knew we weren't going to go undefeated, and and I've said that at all of our press conferences. Now, are we disappointed? Of course we are. We're competitors. If we're not disappointed, I'm thoroughly disappointed in them. So you move on. It's what you do. And then we just got to keep getting more. It's like, I've got to get more from Yassine. She's been playing really, really well, and now I've got to put her into the starting lineup with Elizabeth gone. And now it's like I've got to get her to give me more from the get-go. And we'll talk about that. And I think she threw up at halftime or whatever. She ran off the bench, so she wasn't feeling well. But that's just part of the game. It's part of the game. You move on.
Dana, just talk a little bit about not having Balogun out there with you today. Obviously, somebody you played with all season long.
She contributes a lot to this team, not even as far as scoring. She does that, but she rebounds really well, and that's what we missed tonight, that length and getting after it on the rebound. So we missed her with that.
Dana, this is uncharacteristically rough shooting night for all of you guys today. Was that more what Florida State was doing, or you feel like you guys just missed shots you normally make?
I feel like we had a lot of good looks. It just didn't go in.
Coach, you mentioned Liz being with the Olympic qualifying trials right now, but you also have Kono out. This is probably the stretch where you've been the thinnest in some time. When do you expect Kono back, and how much is lack of depth an issue right now?
Well, lack of depth. We didn't get in any foul trouble, so we weren't in any foul trouble at all. It's depth and quality of depth are two different things. What Elizabeth does is she does spread the floor for us. She's somebody you got to worry about out there shooting the basketball. It's another scorer. And what Elizabeth has been doing of late is she's been averaging close to 10 points, but she's been very efficient. Like, she's 5 for 8. And that's when you've got that, now it opens up everything for when Dana drives, when Jazz drives. So that's just, but it's part of the game. Norika, I'm not sure. She's seen the doctor. I think she went back again today to see another specialist, and there really is no timetable on her return, if she'll return. So you just move on. Like, as players, I say this all the time. I think Dana will contest to it. Like, I'd rather play 37 minutes a game. I mean, everybody wants to play. She's in great shape. Jazz is in good shape. So it's like, we just got to figure it out. But as a player, I'd rather have a rotation of 6 or 7 than 10, 12, because I know I'm going to play. So you just got to, if you get in foul trouble, then it's an issue.
Do you expect Balogun to be back for the NC State game?
Yeah, she'll get back on Monday. They play on Saturday and Sunday. They're off tomorrow, play Saturday and Sunday, and then she'll be out on the first flight on Monday morning. Supposed to land here about 5:15 on Monday. Then we'll see how the jet lag affects her. We'll be here on Tuesday for practice, and we leave on Wednesday for NC State. But that's all right. I mean, that's one thing that these players are wonderful young women, and there's not one of them that's like, man, why did she go? Oh God, we need her to be here. They actually, some of them were up in my office watching her game. Like, any one of them, if they ever had a chance to qualify for an Olympics, they all support each other. I mean, I think they all would have kicked her in the butt and made her go. So, we're really excited for her this morning. It was a big win for them. Because, they're in a pool of 4. So it's Nigeria, Mozambique, Serbia, and the U.S. And first, second, and third qualify for the Olympics. So now, with them beating Mozambique, I don't think anybody's going to beat the U.S. And Serbia's playing on the home soil. They're hosting it, and they're really good. So there's a great chance and opportunity for her to possibly be playing in Tokyo this summer. So it's a no-brainer. Nana, don't you? Yeah.
Coach, coming out of halftime, you went big with Bionca, Kylie, and Elizabeth. Was that to kind of get back in the rebounding, cut down on the rebounding?
Yeah, we were just trying to do something different. We were just trying to see if we couldn't get a little something different, go and play a little zone, mix some things up. that's really what it was. It did for a little bit. We just couldn't convert. We had some great opportunities, some good looks. We just couldn't put the ball in the bucket. And then they started spreading the floor a little bit, put 2 shooters out there, and that makes it a little bit more of a challenge.
Dana, I know I guess it's probably a little bittersweet coming off a loss, but you did join the 1,000-point club tonight. Just what does it mean to be a part of that? And also for you, Jeff, just what does it mean just to have Dana a part of that? We'll start with you, Dana.
Thank you. It means a lot just for this program alone. It's been a lot of great players that come out of Louisville, and to join that club means a lot.
It means she shoots a lot.
Missed a lot too. Shoot.
She's made a lot of shots. No, Dana puts that time in. She puts the time in the gym. She really works hard. The thing I like about Auburn B included is we're going to look at the game film again. We'll watch it. We'll show film tomorrow, and I have no doubt Dana will watch the game. She normally watches it, and then you look at it and go, okay, what do I need to improve on? What areas? What did Florida State do to me that may have caused me some problems? And see, that's what great players do. Okay, the good players are like, they didn't do anything. I just missed shots. No, they played really well. They switched up how they normally guard ball screens in the past. They'd always hard hedged. They didn't do as much as that. And that's what I like about these women is we're not going to sit here and just say, we just missed shots. Yeah, we did miss some, but they had a lot to do with that. So now we got to go back to work and look at where some scoring opportunities may have been that we missed, and then can continue to grow.
You talked about watching the film tomorrow. As you watch this game live, what do you feel like you learned about your team today?
Well, we struggled at the offensive end. There's no question about that. But I did think we got some good shots in the first half. I liked how we competed and tied the thing up. And then what I'll show them is how we got so sloppy there after we tied it up. Because I know we turned it over back-to-back times. It may have been 3 straight times where you work so hard to get that thing back tied, and then we give up a 3 on a slip where we're supposed to switch off the ball screen, and we didn't switch, and just things like that. You work so hard to get that thing tied up that then you just got to make that next play. One more stop and score, and the momentum completely has changed.